he could be as well. And then you got Terrence Williams, who will get a medical red shirt. There's some things that you can definitely build on from year one here for USC, even if the record is 15-16.
And it's a guy who's used to leading meaningful games in March and also at his most recent stop at Arkansas. Ace Bailey, there's one of those tough pull-ups. He's on down threes. Grant hit one. And a nice tip back in for Ace Bailey.
It's going to be really a challenge, especially in a league like this.
Ball taken away there by Acuff. Harper corrals it, has Bailey.
Look out.
Up top.
Effort and energy here in the second.
They are the lower seed here tonight. The first two games picked off by Bailey. Lower seed has one. Big steps in and one. It has really started with their defense. It led to 7 points in 38 seconds. Inside, Bailey stuff. Acuff, been a nice spark off the bench. Williams. Back to Harper. Williams gets to the lane, gives it up to Bailey, and he finishes.
The fantastic with him, you'll live with it. Desmond Flowers just going and making a big shot.
Dylan Harper and Rutgers have been in furious chase mode this second half. Deficit was 15. They trailed by 11 at halftime. Now down 6, Somerville. Back to Williams. Bailey 3. And that's good.
Rigsby, 15-footer. He had to put it up high, and because of that, he airballed.
Like the Rutgers ran him off the line. Rigsby really riding the heater. 7 of his last 9 from 3 coming in.
Ace Bailey, shot fake, trying to separate, step through with the left.
It's a big-time move by Ace Bailey.
Jamichael Davis ahead, and Williams could reverse it. But there's Bailey.
Jeremiah Williams has got to get.
It says, okay, my turn to cook. Pulls up over Martini, left it short.
Long two, maybe a bit of a settle there. We just saw him at the end of regulation get by him to make a play off the bounce.
Same thing here.
I don't think they're going to deviate here.
I didn't even know, though, if they would set a screen. They do.
A lot of the same things here for Rutgers. Just give the ball to Dylan Harper and let him make plays.
Bailey.
Garcia has really contained his bounce. And that's a major league shot. Throw Cam Heide into that mix. That's who guarded Bailey in that first game. Really going to be fascinating. I thought those two guys did a good job on Bailey in terms of making him work and contesting his shots. Sometimes the contestant. Bole just inviting Trey Kaufman-Renn to get to his best move.
TKR now 3 for 3 to start the night. Bailey, jab, jumper. Yes, sir.
It's just big development here in West Lafayette. So much of the offense has gone through the big three. You start getting some of these other guys going. This is dangerous.
Do that all the way in the final 10 minutes against UCLA, and now he's hit 2 in a row from downtown, and he's feeling it a little bit.
And the thing is, if you want to be good in drop coverage, you have to have guards that are willing to grind and get over those screens. There, Ace Bailey's a little bit late, and it ends up costing you a 3.
Bailey on the cross, pull, contested, he's got it, and one. He's going to have to fire over Bailey. Patient, leaner, and it'll end up in the hands of Acuff. Cherry picking Bailey for 2.
Him as a teammate this offseason, because there was a point in time when he was the only player on the roster. And he had to recruit. He started out 6 for 6 initially recruiting the team. So Dusty May loves him, and he's happy that he didn't choose to transfer or go somewhere else where he could probably average 12 points, but at the same time, sacrifice for this Wolverines team.
There's some aggressiveness from your guy, Ace Bailey.
Exactly.
Ace Bailey won as well.
And they have done a really good job of not forcing it. They're doing it with defense. That's
Just a year ago, we were picked to finish middle of the pack. Great look to Gale, and he lost control. And it's back to Harper. But they're not talking championships, and they're playing with house money being this high up in the conference. How about trying to get Bailey on a pull-up. Got him, and he nails it. It was in a row over Washington and USC. Coming in an even 500 on the season. Doing more than hanging tough with Michigan. Bailey
That's the shot I was talking about.
Pull up.
Rutgers, he needs to look to score. He's done a great job of setting the table for his teammates on the last few possessions. And I'd like to see him look to score the basketball.
Inside of 1 minute. 1 point deficit. Bailey. Fade away. What a shot.
We are ready for action here in New Jersey. It'll be Rutgers on the attack first. And off the bounce, look at that. Ace Bailey on that.
Every possession, and including your free throws, counts. It's so much more now than it did a month or 2 months ago.
Rutgers back home after being on the road at Oregon and at Washington. Here's Bailey on the move. Talk about
and force him back to that sideline. You're in a better way.
Wow, off the catch and fire! Oh, baby! He's got 15.
Really worked on his body. Such a strong guard, big guard. They love that at the next level.
Bailey, pull up, sweet!
Yeah.
So sweet! And a fabulous cut by Yates.
That's a first bucket for him in a long time, too.
He was the featured star offensively first half. We mentioned the other day against Maryland, they were down 20. Yates only 4 points here in the second half. They were down 20 at Maryland, got it close, and then wound up losing by 16. Bailey straightens up and buries it.
I mean, gigantic hands. We've covered that up here before, and that's why he's, for his size, how he's able to get so many steals.
Donnie's 3rd in the league in steals and 5th in rebounds.
Yeah.
Bailey,
I'm telling you. So Osabor's got to know that to create that angle from the deep corner, he's got to go middle side, baseline side. It's impossible to throw that ball over the top of the smaller defender because that backboard instantion's in the way.
Bailey creating.
That stuff.
The scoring's been spread around for Washington, as you saw on the graphic. 15 for Dylan Harper. Ace Bailey with 5. Make it 7. Those are up on points in the paint. Both these teams get about the same percentage of their points on twos. Bailey, quick catch.
You know how good that is.
Osabor 14, Diallo 14 for Washington. Bailey, strong rebound.
Left hand.
And tough shot.
Pushed him way out. They pushed him way out, almost to the three-point line. Accepted the double, got it to the middle of the floor, and then to the other side to Harris.
What does Harper see? He sees Bailey free. 4 on 3.
This possession, Oregon had a 5-on-4 situation, and they knew it. Step into it with confidence.
Rutgers coming off a crushing loss on Wednesday to Iowa, a game they led by 9 at the half. Both coaches in similar situations, Casey. The difference, Oregon coming off a win, but both of them gave up 50 points in the second halves of their last game.
Frustrating for Steve Peichel.
Bamba all over Bailey, and Bailey gets it up and over and rebounds it to score. His pain. Over on the Rutgers sideline, Bailey. Evans will try another 3 and miss everything. Maybe graze the rim. It sounded like maybe it grazed the rim. The time is now for Rutgers. Ace Bailey. Whoa!
That 5-0 Rutgers run.
Josh Dix is just money off the bounce. 46% from the field on shots off the dribble.
Bailey, quick release. I'm not sure his feet were down, and he laid it softly over the rim.
But that's what you got to do if you're struggling. Get to the foul line, get to the basket. Brock Harding has had some tough misses early in this game, but I love that in transition you push that tempo and you get to the front of the rim.
Bailey got some space with the shot fake and hits another 3.
And you have to think back to the first shot he gets. In transition, you got a guy that's struggling, but you let him get his head up. He makes a couple threes. Now you got to close out. He's burning it to the rim. Peyton Sanford, when he's going, he can get going with the best of them.
Bailey gets a step back hits as well.
To start this second half, we'll see if they can lock back in. A 5-second count, a defensive breakdown in the open floor, and then one also in the half court. Not a great start for the Scarlet Knights out of the break.
Ace Bailey took 3 shots in the first half. He made all 3. Now he's taken 4 and made all 4.
The second half that he hasn't knocked him down, but there with that jab, he turns Jeremiah Williams around, and that's the biggest shot for him in the second half.
He's got 18, Iowa up by 5. Bailey with the floater in the lane. Inbounds. Martini on the floor for Rutgers, the transfer from Princeton. Certainly a guy who can stretch the floor with a 3. Over to Ace Bailey, yet to score. And that's
pretty.
Him right on. Gillespie hits his second early going.
Okay, that's 6-0 right now. That's a 6-0 run for Maryland. We talked about, I believe they're 5th in the country at 10-0 runs this season. They can get back in games quickly.
Well, and part of the season, that was not there the last couple of years, but they have so many good three-point shooters.
Yeah, that's a huge difference in this offensive attack this season.
Bailey inside the arc, another pull-up, he rattles it home.
Amazing that he played 30 minutes in a game coming off mono. I mean, we were joking with Brad Underwood. That wasn't the same mono that I had in high school.
Bailey inside, knocks down the jumper. Yakachonis into the paint. Now Gibbs Lawhorn had a block by Bailey. Bailey all by himself. Here we go.
Defensive rebounds, but haven't been able to squeeze him.
Yakachonis on the bench. Boswell, Riley, Humrickhouse, Ivisic, Gibbs Lawhorn. Bailey leans in and hits the jumper. Gibbs Lawhorn looking for space. Tough shot, no good. Bailey comes away with it.
And Michael Davis moving his feet and making that a tough one for Gibbs Lawhorn from 15.
Bailey around the corner. Bailey falls away. Come on! Put his hands. 5 to shoot. Davis from the free throw line. Davis with the left hand short. Ends up in Bailey's hands for a fresh 20. Bailey, size advantage over Boswell inside. He's got a dozen.
But the recognition there, % of their shots came from 3 against Ohio State. Well, that number is up to 51% in this game. Rutgers' 2-point defense hasn't been great. Here's a first play. What a shot by Bailey.
Cup up and under for 2.
Just over that pro cut there. A little Iverson cut across the top, and Will Riley burning into the rim. Boy, Jeffrey Anderson was guarding Ace Bailey there.
Michigan's making it difficult for Bailey by keeping a guy in his space and not leaving him, making it more difficult for him to catch the ball. And when he does, they're putting an extra body in his gap. So he's going to have to make that extra pass, and it's going to be important for Rutgers to be able to knock down shots.
Trey Donaldson off the timeout, back on the floor for Michigan with those 2 fouls. Ace Bailey, tough fade away to get his first 2. Here's Gales, step back 3, barely draws iron, and Davis will start.
Partner, if Michigan continues to shoot 3-point shots only, that plays into the hands of Rutgers. They've got to take advantage of their superior size on the interior.
This Bailey underneath, patience for Hayes, maybe too patient. Here's Bailey again, knifing inside. Bailey to the rim,
you can attack. Too many same-side attacks here early for Rutgers here in the second half.
See if Durkat can light the fire here. The transfer from Merrimack. Good find. Bailey to the rim with the hammer.
Plain basketball period. And look at that.
Tipped out, though, ends up in the hands of Jermichael Davis. And look who's got it underneath, Ace Bailey.
Guys are usually more focused on scoring than trying to talk.
Tipped right back to Leach, and then his shot blocked away. Trying to push without numbers is Davis. Bailey, the trailer, open look from 3, and he banks it home.
Martini. These guys may not feel as comfortable guarding on the perimeter. Martinelli taking advantage.
Bailey working against Leach this time. He's got height advantage, and he elevated it. Unlike his colleague on the other end, he got the home roll. Somerville couldn't get that bounce.
Yes, he did. And Keeney coming off his best game as a Wildcat. 8 points, 3 rebounds against Illinois.
He's a good shooter. He was the best free throw shooter for any 7-footer in the nation last year with Stony Brook.
That's a good sign that you could be on the floor at the end of the game.
Contested 3. Somebody's starting to feel it.
Great home court advantage.
Martinelli settling for that deep jumper against Martini, and it's rebounded by Tyson Acuff.
Defensively, if you're going to guard Martinelli like that, that's the best you can do. Keep him out of the lane, force him into a jump shot. Hopefully it's contested.
Well, Bailey rattles that one down. They're going to look at that, call it.
Those broad shoulders allows that space, and then you have that little bit of fade. Not many can bother his shot.
Somerville. Here's Bailey. 10 to shoot. I think Bailey's taking this one. All the way up and in.
Yeah, he's going to say barbecue chicken.
Trying to find some room. There's Mullins. That was changed by Bailey. He had to get that shot a little quicker than he wanted.
Yeah, good defensive effort that time.
Oh, what a split! And the hammer! Ace Bailey on the alley-oop.
The pass is back and forth, but he just couldn't get his hand on that one, resulting in an open look.
Next foul by Northwestern sends Rutgers to the line for the rest of the half. Rutgers still with only 3 team fouls.
And Steve Michael's got to be pleased with how they started here on the road.
He's going to love Ace Bailey.
Bring Ace Bailey in this quickly. Guess who's going to get the ball?
A lot of trust shown in this freshman to not get that 3rd foul.
I agree.
Under 10 on the shot clock. A-Cup going to have to go to work with 5 to shoot. In the corner, it's Bailey. Catch, shoot, 3 again. Ace Bailey.
Time break, reestablishing themselves and closing this gap. This is a comfortable place for them to be. And they really made it difficult for Bailey to even touch here.
Bailey in the paint, and that's the first field goal of the second half.
Down. It's going to be fascinating.
It's a continuing saga. Who will slow down Ace Bailey? He'll try the 3 in the corner, and he will hit it.
Fight Martinelli. Excellent job defensively.
And then the double on the baseline. Martinelli's shot won't go, and Davis will push it up the floor. Bailey and Davis, 2-man game, and the lob to Ace Bailey. And the Cats with a little bit of life. They're back within 9.
Ty Berry and Nick Martinelli need to be calling their number. I know Leach has had some success, but Berry and Martinelli need to bring Northwestern down the stretch here.
Bailey and Berry battling down low. Bailey with the hook, and it drops. 3rd.
Freshman Jeremy Fears Jr. driving in. Another denial on the inside. Rutgers tough on the interior.
Welcome to New York City.
And Big Ten basketball. This guy in the early. Ace.
And he's the go-to guy this year. Last year he was kind of a complimentary player.
He's averaging just under 14 points per game. Michigan State now extends the lead. It's double figures.
Everybody else under 10. And they're happy.
Bailey, ball fake. Tight defense there from Akins, trying to clear it for Durkak.
I would put Bailey inside of the elbow because he can elevate like this.
Bucket from the corner. 9-point cushion for Michigan State. Bailey hoists. Jordan follows it. Couldn't slam it, but it's still their way into the Garden are being heard here. 85% from the line today for Michigan State. Bailey! Oh, triple!
Baldwin 2 years ago, the player of the year in the A-10 at VCU. Last year, defensive player of the year in the Big Ten. Quite a resume there in back-to-back seasons.
Young man is 2nd in the country in free throw percentage. So well over 90%, so he's money from the line.
That crossover, how are you going to stop that from Ace Bailey?
You can't. This is the kind of pace that the Nittany Lions like to get you in.
Penn State from down 7 and playing catch-up this entire half, now inside of 8 minutes and on top. Bailey looking to make it back-to-back buckets, and does so.
He does that on signs for his career here at Penn State.
Averaged only 7 points, 4 rebounds last year at Northern Illinois. Stephen has come on strong this year, averaging 12 and 6. Meanwhile, Rutgers is making over half of their shots, but they have 8 turnovers as well.
Yeah, that's what you're going to expect from younger players. Ooh, Bailey.
Ace Bailey. He's been...
And I think his teammates kind of lost confidence in him in the second half. They kind of went away from him. But tonight, his presence is being felt early.
Rutgers continuing without their leading scorer. Bailey pulls up. Back-to-back threes.
Now the line, Bailey an open look.
Grant hit one of those in the first half. Right back out to Bailey. He's now got 13 points and 3 threes. Steve Pikel telling us this morning Grant getting more minutes because of the way he's practiced and how well he's played defense.
Harper seems to be deferring right now a little bit. Not quite as aggressive, looking for his own opportunity.
Bailey, that quick first step got him to the basket. Now Penn State has led the majority of this second half. This would put him back on top. Rebound, Bailey. Joins Brooke Barnheiser as the only players in the Big Ten top 10 scoring and rebounding. He's the game's high scorer and has 2 more. That gives him 17 for the Lansing in their last game. 13 points, 6 assists so far. Bailey, 17 points, looking for more. And he's got it.
That is so pretty. Bailey touched it last, but he didn't appear that way.
Harper only with 7 points, well below his 20-point average. Bailey has 19. Oh! They get 21.
They got to start finishing these games.
This would be a big 3. And the rebound to Harper. Rutgers still with life, only down 8. Bailey has 21. He's now got 23. And they only trail by
out of the lane.
Can they get Ace Bailey more shots? Martini for 3. It's a good look for him. Bailey.
Who kept that alive, ball? Durkat.
16 out of 19 from the free throw line. The Nittany Lions lead back to 7. No timeouts left for Rutgers. Bailey, tough 3. My goodness. Baldwin, 19 points. And 20 last time out. Bailey, up to 30 points. Oh.
Look out. Harper in the open floor. Lost it. Got it back. And the tip jam off the miss by Ace. Now Jermichael Davis came off the bench against UCLA. Came off the bench here tonight, as did Jeremiah Williams. Williams played well in that game.
Very well.
First game in doubles, Williams since A&M on November 30th. As Sejan getting held up through traffic, he'll drive inside, scoops it at the rim, wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now Harper will push to Bailey. Bailey in transition, the deep 2 is good, and Rutgers.
Certainly our thoughts are with the Hoffman family.
They've raised over $14 million in the fight to end pediatric brain cancer. 7 seconds and counting in the half. Bailey with a deep 3, and it's good. Fred Hoiberg thought he traveled. Bailey hits third dunk of this half for Nebraska. Mia's got 2 and Gary's got 1. High percentage. Bailey, step back 3. Oh my goodness. As Sejan off the mark on that 3. He thought it was fouled. No whistle, and now quickly Bailey up the floor, loping to the rim for 2. And now 20 to shoot, and a reset opportunity for Rutgers. Can they take advantage? Bailey in the corner, waits for traffic to clear, and he hits the 3. Rutgers can tie with a 2, grab the lead with a 3 as we slide under 4 to play at Nebraska. Post up Martini, draw a double team. There's that double. And the open man is Bailey for the lead.
Shooter.
Well executed.
Out of Utah. Stefanovic in his 2nd season at UCLA, 1,000-point scorer in his career. Only his 4th start of the season for the Bruins. It's a 7-0 start for UCLA. Here's Bailey on the drive, and he gets it to drop. Mix it up. And they'll set up in their full court pressure. And back off. Take off to bring it up.
Got to get this guy involved. Make them guard you.
Harper with 6 points on the night.
So good at using the ball screen. Nice cut.
The finish for Bailey.
House changes the dynamic for UCLA. Bruins with a 3-point lead. Somerville, the freshman, and the follow from Bailey.
Nice race inside. Not getting many touches.
Clark, long jumper off the mark. Rebound for Bailey. Scarlet Knights have made their last 5 from the field. Bailey down the lane. Soft touch around the rim.
A nice poise, too.
48-45. Both these teams in desperate need of a win early in conference play. Bailey puts it on the deck. Fades away.
How about that? Those kids, his total game. He's matched up with Harper. They do switch.
Where does Williams go with this? Shot clock inside of 10. Bailey over top of
staring him down.
Somerville chipping in 6. Williams with 11. Davis to key the inbound to Williams here. Williams trapped.
Look up.
Deflection winds up to Harper. And Bailey will get fouled.
Oh my God, a three-point place.
Wow.
Allow Lawyer to hit. And nobody showed to help. Too easy for that talent.
And that's now 1,000 career points for Fletcher Lawyer.
Now these are
4 points shy coming in.
And these two guards, 3 years, another year together, trying to ice it on one side.
Three, there you go, Bailey.
That lane. Now their big key, and most teams I would agree with, is to get a piece of the lane, finish, disperse.
First tray of the night for Purdue.
Amazing. That could have been Lawyer out there.
To the second of the night, and much more active ball. Smith swings it to Cox. In out from 3.
You're going to get looks on the perimeter. You just got to knock them down off of Smith. Nice running steps, maybe.
Somerville got away with it. Bailey lines up a 3.
Hey. Seldom have I hurt my elbow. I've stretched it out many evenings, but
no tennis elbow for you? Other ways? Bailey.
Good. He's getting some looks. Green and a pin down for this look. That is just gorgeous. That whole set.
You could live with a miss like that. The process has been there as finally Bailey gets an and 1 for John Blackwell.
And blow by. Goodness, did he accelerate.
6-0 start for Wisconsin.
Harper's got to get touches. He's the guy that loads him up, whether it's finish himself.
Harper's 0 for 5 to begin the night. Put him on the bench, and after a couple of early chances for Tanja at the rim, didn't hear much from him at the end of the first half.
No, they guarded him well. First good look. How about that for Bailey?
Yeah, right.
The duress, too. Shows his strength. Bailey, give it to him. And I get out of the way.
Bailey backing in against Klesman, the underclassman against the veteran.
Marballo run plays off the tip where if they win the tip, then they're getting out and going. Great job by Renew of running the floor, and Indiana finding him.
On the drive, Davis is going to leave it.
I thought Jermichael Davis got away with the carry there.
Bailey just too strong to finish.
That shot selection has been talked about some. I thought early on in the season it was good. He just has been so up and down, but so is everybody else on this team. You know, you ask I think the coaching staff, anybody around Indiana, who's been the most consistent player, you're going to get some different answers.
Davis caught up, 15 to shoot, gets it back. Around to Williams, the veteran presence known as Unk around this team. Deep 2, Bailey smooth.
Basketball can be. A couple go down. Miles Rice gets a paint touch. He sprays it to Luke Goody, and Goody breaks out of that shooting funk. 2 of his last 13 from 3.
Mike Woodson said he's liked the quality of shots this team has gotten. They just hadn't made them to this point. 10 to shoot now for Durkat. Bailey on the touch. Working on Goody. He'll rise over the top for 2. Bounce it inside. Goody. Extra. Tucker.
Goody should have shot him. It's an unselfish play, but it's overpassing.
Bailey on the attack. Stop. Fade. Off one leg. Pure. That.
Who are making that play.
There's a reason he was a consensus top 5 recruit. Reason he's a consensus top 5 pick in mock drafts. He's showing you the whole arsenal early in this game. Maybe even more. Push it through. Bailey. Not even near that, but the offense has been so much more improved with the firepower as Tucker misfires.
It's kind of fun to talk to Steve Peichel today about, are you frustrated about the defensive stuff? And of course he is. He wants it to be better, but he did say, the plays work a lot better. The ball's going in with some of these guys.
Oh, the cross. Bailey. Unbelievable. Right. Galloway Bounce it inside. Tucker can't finish. Somerville there for the board. Acuff looking to run. Davis, head up. Bailey, again! Him some space and let him go to work. Davis all the way inside, can't finish. Somerville couldn't claim it. Oh, Bailey's right there for the chance. For a sessions there. Williams at the controls. Here is Bailey. Still looking for his first points in the second half. Screen from Somerville.
The argument there from Mike Woodson would say, what's the difference on that screen by Somerville versus what?
State. A couple of redshirts coming in, so he's a little bit older and his class stayed everywhere.
So it is everywhere in America. But it's great. I mean, the crowd gets into it.
Bailey, same spot. Fantastic in every facet of the game here tonight. 14 points, 10 rebounds. Bailey on the drive and the floater.
Luke Goody did it. Where you're thinking, all right, when we play that, as long as we are there and semi-hooked up and engaged, we will win the game. That is not the case anymore. There is no one you're going to play where you can say, man, that's a get-right game. Everybody's good.
Bailey is fouled and a chance. Then guess who's there? Umar Ballo does it again.
The thing for Ballo, though, is the cat's out of the bag now. I know Rutgers isn't a great defense without Renew. It does spread the floor some. You start playing a guy like Goody at the 4, and it does open things up for everybody else. And I'm not saying you want to play without Renew because he's one of their better players, but it does give a different dynamic.
Bailey. Oh, that's ridiculous.
This thing for Indiana, building momentum and just continuing to improve off a performance like this. Certainly Ace Bailey's hurt you, but you've shut the water off on everybody else.
Bailey shimmy shake on the attack, floats it up and in, and the foul.
It was 8-0 to start the year. Only loss was against Albany. Thompson for 3 and airballs it. Missed the game against Fairfield due to illness. Bailey Euros and stuffs it for the Scarlet. It was a wheel play and he scores.
That is a nice wraparound pass by Vedri, and that's what De La Rosa does well. He gets to the vacated areas on the floor.
He didn't score in the first half against Fairfield. No points in the second. Scored 27 as Bailey hits against Davis. Spins, one-legged banker. Here's Davis on the run out. Bailey, look out, another Euro, and finishes. It's tough.
And Columbia's in that 2-3 extended zone again. Got to be able to be effective against a multitude of different defensive looks.
There's Harper. Double team him. Bailey, yes, on the corner.
That was Steph Curry-like.
The Ivy League Player of the Week. Again, no points first half against Fairfield on Saturday. 27 in the second.
That's where you got to get it.
Bailey on the turnaround. Jalen Harper with his 5th rebound to go with 4 assists.
Post action in the paint with Somerville.
Only 3 points for Harper. Bailey to the soft spot.
And don't blink. De La Rosa is the reason why Columbia is making a lot of noise in the Ivy League right there. He can come right back and score quickly.
He has 9 points. Alley-oop! It's Harper. It's
extremely well. 4, 5, 6 passes each possession.
Hayes off the mark. Rebound to Bowley. Bailey turns, fires, hits again. Just joining. Brown normally number 1 for Columbia, but wearing 25 here tonight. Bailey faces, hits it with a hand in his 10th rebound for Mr. Harper. Next assist, he's got the triple-double. Will it come here? Bailey leans in. Yes!
If you haven't had a chance to check out McMillan, man, talk about having a yo-yo. It's Kyrie Irving-esque, the ability to control that rock.
Here's Harper. Back for Bailey. Swoops through 2 defenders.
They're 77 points a game.
Our officials, Bill Eck, Alfred Smith, Mike Pearson, Rutgers in the white, Princeton in the black. Meeting 122 between these two teams.
It'll be interesting to see Princeton if they sag back just a little bit off some of the shooters.
Bailey with a floater. Steve Peichel says he made
tucked him underneath the basket, but how about Pierce's ability to take that big pivot step back right from under the basket to be able to finish it?
Bailey, Steve, Jim,
9 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Not bad.
No. Plays even bigger than his size, Jim.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's Bailey. Another one by Harper. Dylan Harper attacks. Bailey sticks it back.
Oh, Bailey's back. You see how he beat him to the spot on the inside.
Bailey got it. Ace Bailey. Timeout, Steve. Timeout. Pierce looking. Oh, my. It's taken away by Davis. Bailey for the lead.
He almost thought about that from three-point range. Nice shot fake, gets into that 15-foot range. He really has all the tools.
Well, that's just the 4th point off one of 6 takeaways that Seton Hall has. So this lead could be far larger than it is. And Bailey says, you know what? Very tough one. Turn that one over. Knoxville. Very day. On the other end. Arching on and it's pulled down by Durkat.
And really good defense by Harper there as well.
Bailey again. And the follow. History on it to knock that one down. It's 24-18.
That's a big shot. I'm not a huge fan of taking that many dribbles because that's how you get
right back to the score. Perfect timing as he finds a cutting Middleton.
And he's smart, really smart, gives up his body all the...
Bailey leaping on the other end. The lead is back to 9. On this end, Rutgers is 4 of 11 from the floor, but Ace Bailey 5 out of 7. And he has carried this team from an offensive standpoint. And now it's Toomey trying to check him. Getting a little bit of help with doubles after he puts it on the deck. How about that? How about that? I mean, I'll give you beautifully done. Used his body as a shield and then went with the right hand for a little lay-in to make it 33-24, equaling their largest lead. 11-2 in points off turnovers. That is the storyline to this first half.
So there has to be communication, much better communication defensively for Rutgers. They're a better defensive team than they've shown in this first half. But when you don't talk, guys don't know where to go or where they're supposed to be.
That's just a thing of beauty. That is a thing of beauty. And you know what? Sometimes guess who's there to pick it up and slam it home? He has been incredible making that move to the hoop with backdoor cuts late in the shot clock. And there's a 156.
That's a really nice job by Dylan today, Roos, who didn't force anything, opted not to take the little 15, 14-footer and finds Coleman.
He's got 9, 7 of them this half. Bailey. There's
Niederhauser, quick spin inside. And a rebound to Bailey. Top rebounder for the Scarlet Knights.
Boy, they miss a pole. Good job defensively.
Bailey off the glass.
I mean, he was as athletic, near Jordan-like athletic. I'm telling you.
Ninze misses the front end there. And that was trying to convert on a three-point play. Score remains 37-28. Harper inside to Bailey. That's pretty. Oh, man. Like line, 10 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. Almost blocked. Good fight inside from the freshman. With a chance to get the lead back to double digits. 5 to shoot. Didn't get the bounce. Bailey cleans it. 2 different points here in the second half. Been a lot of Dylan Harper, though, for Rutgers on offense and defense. One-on-one against DeLeon right now. Spin move, almost lost it. Another spin move. Finds his fellow freshman. Ace Bailey. To the rack. And the putback.
Harper, anytime they catch, they can develop that consistent third score. That's going to do them wonders.
An active start for the Ohio State Bigs on offense, but rebound pulled down for Bailey, who's coming off this first Rutgers double-double. And the mid-range shot goes.
I mean,
well, you figure at some point those two will go on an individual run or a run together. As we get rolling in the second half, Rutgers looking open. Big Ten play with a comeback win and their first win ever in Columbus. They're 0-8 all time here. And right to Bailey to start the second half.
Yeah, the tempo.
It was a high-flying start on offense. It was 13-13 at the first media timeout. And Bailey getting going. He's found that shot from the corner.
Got his arm up a little high. It's Big Ten basketball. These guys are, the intensity level picks up, the physicality picks up.
Well, Bailey feeling good since half. He got it back after Paris stripped it for a minute. And now back down to the spot where he's hit 2 shots. Does he have a third? Yes, he does.
As good as proceeds it.
Well, Harper back inside, and it's cleaned up by Bailey.
Because they're basically guessing, right? And anybody that thought Ace Bailey and company were going to be the second to worst team in the Big Ten got a reminder against Purdue the other night of how competitive they can be, especially at home.
Took out the number 8 team in the country. Penn State with the Big Ten opening win.
Oh
man, fall away for.
And finishes the first 4 to A&M.
And Phelps struggled in the last game, but was getting good looks, getting to the hole, getting to the hoop, and finishing strong.
Jeremiah Williams with the basketball. He's their senior captain, their steals leader. A redshirt senior from Chicago trying to help the Scarlet Knights settle in. Ace Bailey and Jordan Durkak. So Jermichael Davis in to run the show, the sophomore from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Michael Davis getting some burn here in the backcourt for Rutgers. Fouls have become
for it with their full body, and that's a lot of body. It's going after loose balls and offensive rebounds.
Harper with 8, Bailey with 9. Hayes out of the corner. Are different.
And not foul. You got to stay disciplined. Aggie shooting 25 free throws in the first half. They depend on getting.
That's what A&M wants to make here. Obaseki missed the layup. Bailey has the board. Michael Davis wants to get out and run. Now settles into the half court.
They won an ugly game. It wasn't a high-scoring affair, but they had to grind it out as Nelson misses right at the rim. They're going to be. He got those 2 fouls early, but defensively, so long, can slide his feet, causing that.
Missing all but one of their last 8 shots and make it 8 of 9. Bailey with the offensive board. And
Vantage just puts his head down, gets to the rim with ease. Too easy for that man.
There's Bailey now. Trying to get going. A little turnaround is good. He's got a beautiful.
Kind of like your friends when you make it to the NBA, just hanging around.
That's right. Just can't shake him.
Etumnu, junior from Sugar Land, Texas. Most improved player in Merrimack's conference last year. Trying to continue to grow his game, gets the Warriors on the board. But the
three. And typically as a point guard, someone as skilled as him, you want to see around 38-40.
And again, second game here with Ace Bailey. What a feed! And the foot in their various leagues. So not worried about that. Worried about getting better. And it helps. Don't miss, can't. Here's Durkak. First possession for the Scarlet Knights here of the second half. Durkak, kick out, 3 on the way. That's Bailey, and that rattles down.
And Clark creating great offense, and guys just not able to knock down shots.
Bailey, catch, turn, bucket. Ellis, great player at Bradley, longtime European pro. He said it's probably age 16. I finally got him when he was playing for real. And he says now Dad probably doesn't want to play him anymore.
It's always got to be the best feeling the first time you beat Pops.
Oh, Bailey. USC, Saturday 4 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. The Caitlin Clark era in college basketball was awesome, but it's moved on to the pros. Hidalgo And Watkins, they got next. They got games.
Shout out to all the women out there that are really showing out on that side
And inspiring a whole generation. They've done that underneath of the lay-in for Devin Savage. His first points of the game. Bailey. On mid-range shot. And now the Scarlet Knights can work a little shot clock here. See the double-double now for Ace Bailey, first of his college career. Step back. Adds to it.
And St. John's starting lineups for both Monmouth and Rutgers, and we are underway here inside of Jersey Mike's Arena. Rutgers in the white, Monmouth in the blue. Happy to have you with us this evening on the Big Ten Network. The loudest ovation of the night that we heard so far was when Ace Bailey was finally introduced to this crowd for his debut. Here is Ace Bailey from the corner, giving this crowd what it wants right. Somerville takes it away. Acuff spots up. Acuff, back iron, barely going through the traffic. Hayes comes away with it. Back out to Acuff.
Bailey went 1-on-4 to try to get to that rebound opportunity and get his team an extra possession.
Apologies there for the technical difficulties. All set now. 5 to shoot here for Rutgers. Bailey behind the back. 3 to shoot. Bailey fading away. Got it. Was exchange up top to Bailey from the inbound. Welcome up at the half. We'll send it to Rick, Ashley, and Trent in our Chicago studios for the halftime report presented by State Farm. Martini thought about it. Already has 11. Already knocked down a couple of threes. Hayes, just over a minute to go in this first half. Bailey pulls up. Bailey knocks down. Crossing a different language down to the paint as well this year for Rutgers. Swatted away this time by Dylan Harper. Harper, Bailey with some